not be. I feel like I'm being edged. Oh my god. Is the hamster running on the wheel? Like, can we get some lights up in here? Choso from Jujutsu Kaisen, if he was like a real person.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mina and today's video is going to be me letting a random wheel generator pick how many pages I read for a day for the entirety of the week. I am very scared because I don't have really good luck with wheels or with anything random. So we'll see how this goes. I'll run the wheel for tomorrow's pages later tonight and then we'll talk about it and the book that I'm going to read for this video. Put it into perspective, today is Tuesday and I'm starting this tomorrow. No, today's Monday. I wish it was Tuesday. Today's Monday. I'm gonna be starting this tomorrow, so I'm going to spin for tomorrow's pages. I think I'm gonna do this for like 5 days. I am going to be doing the spin the wheel, chooses how many pages I read for the rest of the week, and each night we're going to be spinning for the next day's pages because I don't think I could do it in the morning because I work. So usually when I wake up in the morning, I'm just getting ready for the day, getting ready to go to work and having my morning commute. So usually I do not have the time. I don't really have as much time to read as usual as I usually would. So I'm hoping for very little pages this week, but I made it a challenge for myself. 50 pages, 75 pages, 100 pages, 150 pages, and then to get really crazy, which would be really a big challenge, 200 pages. And each night I'm going to be spinning this exact wheel and it's going to be picking my fate for the next day. I pray to God that I do not get 200 pages any point this week. Please do not let me get 200 pages at any point this week because even though the books that I've picked out for this video are very, very exciting, I'm just not in the mood. No, ma'am. I'm not in the mood to be reading. And I also don't have the time. Also, I look scary when I do this, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, also, I really don't have the time. So I would prefer like 100 pages, 150 pages is great. That's enough pages for me to really get into the story, but not read too much. And I'm so scared. I don't want to look. Oh. No. Oh. Incredible. Incredible work. Incredible work. Amazing. Spectacular. Wonderful. Incredible. Oh my god. 75 pages is nothing. I'll be able to get through this so quick. Oh my god. You know what would be really, really funny? What would be really, really hilarious is if I don't end up finishing this book because I get 50-page increments for the rest of the week. That would really suck because the book that I picked up is one I'm very, very excited for. So it's going to be Please Don't Go by E. Salvador. This is the first book in the Midnight Strike series, and I'm guessing it's baseball because it has baseball on here. I really don't know much about baseball, if anything. All I know is that Isaiah Rhodes plays baseball, and this book was kind of pitched as like, if you love Isaiah Rhodes and play along, then you would love this one. So I picked up this one. As you can tell though, it's ginormous, ginormous. He felt like he was drowning. She was about to drown. What does that mean? What does that mean? It would be actually so hilarious if I don't end up finishing this book because I get 50-page increments because this book is 539 pages. Shadi, this is ginormous. This is huge. I just read something that pissed me off because I think I just got spoiled. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I hope I forget. I hope my goldfish brain helps me forget that I just read that. If I get 50-page increments and finish it in like 6 days from now, that would be great for me. Thank you so much. If it ends in the middle of a chapter, and if you know me, then you know that I hate stopping in the middle of a chapter. So I'll be stopping on page 77. Which is the beginning of a new chapter. So I'll be reading until page 77 tomorrow. That's crazy. I'm barely gonna get into the story. We're barely gonna get introduced to the main characters. 75 pages is nothing. I feel like, listen, this might be me shooting myself in the leg. If I end up getting like 75 pages, 50 pages, 50 pages, 75 pages for like the next 3 days, then the last day, I'm gonna make myself read 200 pages. But if I end up getting like 150 pages tomorrow, 250 pages, whatever, there's no 250 pages. 200 pages, 150 pages, then we'll just leave it at that because I think hopefully just finishing one book in this video would be great. I'll see you tomorrow for the first day of this challenge.
shortstop. I love shortstops. Beloved. Somebody tell him I love him. I am in so much trouble. I'm on page 9 and I like him so much already. He's a shortstop, and the scene where he keeps going, please don't go, please don't go, please don't go. Why am I screaming already? The trauma dump that's about to be in this book is about to be astronomical, and I want you to know that I'm here for it. It is 7:30 in the afternoon, in the evening, and I read most of my pages for today. I'm actually on page 70, so I have like 6 pages left, and I've made it my mission, as you saw, to underline every time he tells her, I'm so happy you're here, which is so cute. Biggest trigger warning ever of all time for this book. It starts in a way that is very unexpected. It's not what I realized. It's not what I expected to happen, but it did happen. So trigger warning if you are thinking of how do you say, putting a premature end to yourself. Trigger warning for that. That's how the two main characters meet, is that she is trying to attempt and he basically saves her, and then after that he asks her for swimming lessons and they go to the same college, and he's a shortstop. You know who else is a shortstop? The love of my life of all time. So yeah, that is what's going on in this book. I'm really, really enjoying it. I kind of really love Daniel. Is that his name? His name is Daniel. I love Daniel so much. He gives, in the best way, he's giving Choso from Jujutsu Kaisen if he was like a real person instead of an anime character and a curse. If he was like a real person, he'd be Choso as a boyfriend. This is what I imagine Choso as a boyfriend to be like. Mind you, I'm only 70 pages into the book, so I could be very, very wrong. But he's giving like puppy, obsessed with her, just wants to keep her talking, and I'm really, really enjoying myself with it. So I'm going to finish my pages for the day, and there we are going to spin for tomorrow's pages. And I don't know what I'm hoping for. I kind of really was really busy today, so it was great that I got 75 pages. So if I get another 75 pages for tomorrow, I wouldn't be too mad about it. 50 pages would be a little crazy. Just saying. He's 6'5". Who needs to be that tall? Can we relax? No one needs to be 6'5". No one needs to be above 6'2". 6'5" is insane. I finished my pages for the day. I'm on page 76 on chapter 11. And Josephine just agreed to help Daniel learn how to swim, even though he really doesn't want to swim. And he literally thought that she was joking when she said that she was going to teach him how to swim. And yet here we are. I'm very, very excited. It's about to get really, really good. I'm very happy in where this is going. I am nervous for how many pages we're going to get tomorrow. Because if we get 50 pages, we're going to be nowhere in the story. And I really want to be somewhere in the story. I think, like I said, the ideal would be like 100 to 150 pages. Anything more, I'm going to be really stressed. Anything less, I'm going to be really upset. So let's spin the wheel, shall we? Because I really don't know much about the story yet still. I'm nervous. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, I don't want to look. 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 I'm so scared. Please don't do it to me. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. 100 pages is great. That means I'm going to be on page 175. Let's see if it ends on a chapter. 175 is in the middle of a chapter, and the chapter doesn't finish until 178. So tomorrow we're going to be reading until chapter 23. I feel like that'll be enough for me to get a little bit more into the story and into Josie's and Daniel's relationship, because right now there's nothing going on. There is no relationship. There's nothing happening. They're just kind of like getting to know each other, and Josie really doesn't like him because he kind of stopped her from doing the thing that she really wanted to do, and he just wants to keep her talking and wants to keep her around. I'm wondering how many more of I'm So Happy You're Here we're gonna have in the 100 pages tomorrow. I'll put the count of the ones we have today, and then we'll see tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. I'm aware that I look like Where's Waldo today. I don't want to talk about it. Number 3. I'm actually almost done with my pages and I'm really sad. I am on page 131, which means I'm like 50 pages away from my end pages for the day. Since I'll be finishing on like 179, I think. Yeah. I'm on chapter 17 and I'm really, really enjoying it because I really like Daniel and I really like his relationship with Josephine. They're really, really cute together and he's really protective of her already. He is so funny. At some point, what does he do? Hold on. Oh, at some point he tells her like he wants her to call him by a nickname, by Danny, which is what everybody else calls him, and she refuses to. And so he's like, do I have to get on my knees and beg? I eat it up every time when the man is down horrendous, and Danny is just down horrendous. Really, really enjoying it. He does remind me of Isaiah, but like a more chilled out version of Isaiah. Like, don't go into it thinking of Isaiah, because it would be a letdown. Nobody can compete with Isaiah, but he's pretty close. He's pretty close. I'm really, really excited to see where their relationship goes, and I'm hoping that I get a little bit further more into their relationship before I finish my pages for the day. I'll be really upset if they still haven't so much as kissed before today's pages end, because I can't wait a third day. They had a scene where they were dancing at the party and he like had her close and they were like grinding on each other. Oh, I'm eating it up. I hate Bryson. Bryson is like her ex-boyfriend and he is such a piece of work. I hate him so much. Every time he comes on the page, I just want to punch him, which is great because Daniel already did that for us. He's such a douche. Dude, his reaction to her smiling at him the first time. He's so cute. It's going by too fast. I get like 100 pages tomorrow. Even 150 would be fine, because honestly, like, I have all this left. There's no way I'll be able to finish it in this video. I don't know what I was thinking, picking up like one of the heaviest, thickest books in my library for this challenge. But I'm still enjoying it. I'm glad I finally got to read it because I've had this on my shelves for quite a while. So I'll talk more about my thoughts about today's pages when we roll the wheel for tomorrow's pages. I am back from work and it is, I'll check the time for you, why not? It is 4:54. Please focus. You can't see, but also, is my cat not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life? I'm on page 179, which was the 100 pages that I had to read today. I think I'm like maybe 27% into the book, and Josephine and Daniel are now officially doing the swimming lessons for Daniel because Daniel's brother drowned, and so he has a fear of water, and so he's helping her basically come, not like fall back in love with life, but like, you know, stomach it a little bit better. And she's helping him swim and learn how to swim because she thinks everybody should learn how to swim. Both of them have really, really bad like family trauma and like just trauma in general. They both kind of feel like they're not enough, and they both kind of have like this sense of being empty, and so they're both helping each other. And I really, really love Daniel. I think I said it earlier, he's a little bit more of a subdued version of Isaiah Rhodes. I personally wouldn't go into this thinking of Isaiah because Isaiah is kind of like #1 top dog for me. So anybody being compared to him is like kind of trying to reach like final boss status. Daniel is not yet, maybe because I'm only like 300, 200, not even pages into the book, and I still have like 400 more pages of this book. This is insane. Listen, I'm so mad at myself that I decided to pick a book that is this long for this video, because I feel like if for the next 2 days I get like 75 pages or 50 pages or even 100 pages, I don't think I'll be done. And I'm supposed to be filming this video only for today, like tomorrow and the day after, so Thursday, Friday. So say I get like 100 pages tomorrow, that's 280, and then another 100 pages, that's 380. There's still like 200 pages left of this book. This was the worst book to pick up for a challenge like this, because if the reel decides to give me nothing, then I'm not going to be able to read anything, and I'm not going to be able to even finish a singular book in this video, which would be the first time I ever do a video that I don't finish a single book in. This book has been on my TBR for a very, very long time, and it's about time that I finally pick it up. It usually sits with like my favorite romances, even though I haven't read it yet. But anyways, I'm just excited for something to happen between Daniel and Josephine, because he speaks to her in Spanish and in Italian, and she has no idea what he's saying, and it's just so beautiful and perfect and loving. And he like tells her something in Italian where he's like, I'm trying so hard not to kiss you right now, and she has no idea what it means. Oh, let's spin the pages for tomorrow. I'm kind of scared. So scared. Okay. Oh, I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. What does it tell you? Is it stopped? I see confetti. No, no. This cannot be. This can't be. This can't be. I'm not gonna finish this book. I'm not gonna finish this book in this video unless I continue it on. Why did I do 50 pages? Do I just remove 50 pages and 75 pages for tomorrow? Or like the day after when I spin tomorrow? I think that's what's gonna have to happen. Like, what are my other options? 50 pages? Are you kidding me? 50 pages? That's page 230. Does it stop in a... God, it's not even halfway through the book. I'm so... This was me shooting myself in the leg. But then I'm also thinking, like, if I were to just pick up a random book, like a 340 page book, I still would only be 230 pages in. I would have like 30-40% left of the book. Are we okay? So 230 is in the middle of a chapter. I'll have to read till 235. Oh no! Like, I'll stop on chapter 30, which is only 7 chapters from where I am today. That's so insane. I think when I spin tomorrow, I'm going to remove 50 pages and 75 pages, and maybe I'll do 100, 150, 175, 200, 250. Even then, I don't think I would be able to finish it. Even if by some miracle I got 250 pages, I'd be on page 500, and I still wouldn't be finished. I'm like actually irritated. On the 1 week that I want to read, on the one book that I really want to read, like I'm gonna have to finish it off video. You know what? I'm standing here looking at how pretty this view is, and all I can think about is that I'm only reading 50 pages tomorrow, and I'm not even exaggerating. Anyways. I read my pages today. I feel like I'm being edged. I mean it. Like nothing happened because it was 50 pages. It was 50 pages. Count them, 50 pages. Nothing happened. I mean, we did get a scene where, I can't even think if that was today or yesterday, where Josephine and Daniel take like a spicy picture together to make his ex-girlfriend jealous, who his ex-girlfriend and her ex-boyfriend cheated together. She keeps texting him, telling him, hey, I'm sorry, I want to get back together with you, whatever. I didn't know he was going to send you the video. And Daniel is like, leave me alone. I don't want you. I want nothing to do with you. So Josephine decides to help him, and they take like a spicy picture together, which was so... I feel like when I tell you I'm losing my mind, I'm like, I just want them to be together. They just moved in together because Josephine has a whole house to herself because her mother passed away and she doesn't want to be alone. And Daniel lives with like a bunch of guys. He kind of wants some time away from them. So he decides to move in with her and she offers it. She's the one who brings it up. And now all of their friends are like, wait, are you sure? Y'all are not doing anything? Are you sure this is purely platonic? And they spend basically 10 pages of the 50 pages packing and trying to convince their friends that there's nothing going on between them. I just want them to kiss so bad. I want something to happen so bad. Like, I was thinking about it today, and like I told you yesterday, even if I were to get like 150 pages, 175 pages, even 200 pages to read tomorrow, I don't think I would be finishing this book in this video. And tomorrow's supposed to be the last day that I do this video for. So I don't even know what I'm about to do. I think I might just tell you my thoughts at the end when I film the outro for this video. If I decide to finish this book, I mean, I will when I finish this book after I'm done with this video. So without further rambling, let's spin the wheel that apparently hates me and does not want me to succeed in life. Like I said, we're removing 50 pages from... Okay, listen, stop fighting me. We're removing 50 pages, and then we have 100, 150, we're removing 75 pages. Let's do 175 pages, and then 200 pages. And that's the new wheel. We're gonna spin. Wish me the best. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Okay. Okay, well, at least it's not 200 pages. 236 plus 175. That's 411 pages. What is 411 pages? Oh my god. It's in the middle of a spicy scene. So I guess we'd be on page 418 is when the next chapter begins, which is chapter 50, and I'm on chapter 30 right now. So basically, with this wheel, we either read 50 pages a day or we're reading 20 chapters in a day. This is how much I'm going to be reading tomorrow, which is fine. I think I should have enough time to read all of that. I can't believe I just got shocked shocked by a spicy scene because it was so raunchy. So I'll see you tomorrow, and with hopefully a lot more to say. Back home. I think it's like 3:30 p.m. right now. You're on my iPad and my phone is charging, so I can't even tell you what time it is, but I'm pretty sure it's 3:30 because I just checked like 10 minutes ago. And I read a little bit more of the book today. I'm on page 292 on chapter 37. So I've only read like 7 chapters, I think. We've had our first kiss between the two main characters, and we've also had the first spicy scene. I have a problem because I'm starting to get irritated with this book. It's not the fact that it's like super lusty or like super insta-lovey or anything like that. I actually really like both of the characters a lot. What I don't like is the miscommunication. Say it with me, miscommunication. I hate that trope. I actually really do. If our characters would just talk to each other, miscommunication wouldn't be an issue. And instead, all they do is talk around each other in circles because Daniel is emotionally constipated and he cannot admit to his feelings and talk about what he's going through emotionally and like with his family and with his brother and with his sister and whatever. And obviously Jose is like emotionally constipated just as well, and she's just like, I am beginning to really dislike her because she's like the woe is me type character, and I understand that she's depressed, and I understand that we met her in circumstances where it shows how bad her mental is, but like baby girl, it's been almost 300 pages, shawty, and we're still sitting here and you're still misunderstanding every single word that Daniel says, even though he's showing you how he feels for you and everything that he does for you. Is this working up here? Is the hamster running on the wheel? Like, can we get some lights up in here? She's so irritating because he's constantly telling her that he's happy that she's there. He's constantly telling her how he feels about her, how he would die for her to touch him, how he loves her. I mean, not really loves her, but like all of his actions show that he cares about her. And then the minute that he says something to just justify wanting her, like they're fooling around, like they're hooking up, in one of the scenes, the first spicy scene that we get, and he just wants her to touch him. So he's like, I don't care what you do, just do it. I don't care if you have to use me. I don't care if it's a distraction. I don't care, just touch me. And she leaves everything that he's ever said to her, everything that he's ever done for her, everything that he's literally like shown her and told her. And she's like, oh, I'm just a distraction to him. This means nothing to him. Have you been here for the last 300 pages? I'm just so irritated because I'm like, can you stop with the woe is me? She's like, of course he's not gonna like me. Of course he doesn't want to be with me. Of course he doesn't want to hook up with me. Why would he want to hook up with me? I'm depressed and I'm awful and I'm not pretty and he's with all these other women who are beautiful and whatever. Like, girl, you are not 17 years old. This would be cute if you were 15. You're not. You're an adult. I hate it so bad. I hate it so bad. It pisses me off so bad. She is so irritating to read about. Now that I'm actually speaking about it, I think I really don't like her as a main character because I'm like, if I wanted to hear those thoughts, I'd put the book down and live with myself, shawty. What? And then you have Daniel on the other hand who cannot say a true word about himself to save his life. He's so believable as a male character because the minute that she wants to get to know something about him or like hear about his history or his past, or he's like physically going through a panic attack in front of everybody and she catches him crying, he's like, oh, but I'm hot. Oh, but I don't have any feelings. I'm good. There's sand in my eye. You are a grown man. You are a grown man and you cannot admit that you're thinking about your brother, who you should be thinking about because this is something that you were going to do together and now he's not here. So obviously anybody with a single functioning brain cell is going to be able to tell like, yeah, he's going through something, and she can hear you and she's not an idiot. So it's like he does that, and then they fool around, and she misinterprets his words, and now there's going to be a whole bunch of miscommunication. I'm telling you now, the third act breakup is genuinely going to be about something severely miscommunicated, and then they're going to talk it out finally after so much tension. Like, can we just have any other obstacle than miscommunication? You're two grown adults and you can't have a singular conversation. You can't be honest with each other. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. The next 300 pages go the same way that these 300 pages have went, then this is going to be not rated as highly as I thought it would be, which is really unfortunate. I really like Daniel if he wasn't so emotionally constipated, and I would really like Josephine if she wasn't so self-deprecating. Like, you two are adults. Even if you think that, think it in your head. We don't need to, like, I guess they are thinking it in their heads, but we are in their heads so we can tell what's in their head. But, like, this is the same reason why I DNF'd Mile High by Liz Tomford. It's because the main character was like, oh, he would never want me, I'm too fat. Like, can we have some semblance of confidence? You look the way you do, and he's proven to you time and time again that he thinks you're attractive. You can see it. Everybody around you can see it. You're just being dumb on purpose. So frustrating. Anyways, that's where I'm at. My cat is literally sleeping and she looks like the cutest thing. Let me show you. Oh my goodness, the cutest thing I ever did see. Oh my goodness. She knows she's a star. I dare you to tell me that she doesn't know that she's a star. I'm gonna read a little bit more. I still have time before I have to get ready for the movie, and I did not run because I decided I'm gonna save my run until tomorrow. So I have all day today to read this book. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today because reading 175 pages is pretty good for me. I feel like I'm really gonna get irritated and frustrated. Also, the fact that we just got our spicy scene and then my final chapter ends in a spicy scene. I'm wondering how many spicy scenes there's gonna be in between. This would be so good if it wasn't like the miscommunication BS. I hate miscommunication. Just speak to each other. You're two grown adults. Anyways, I'm gonna read. And hopefully it doesn't piss me off. Oh my god, that's another thing I wanted to mention. They fool around on Valentine's Day, which is the day that she's like, oh my god, he only wants me as a distraction. But before that, he like gets her so many flowers, and he even draws her a Valentine's Day card because it was on Valentine's Day. He like draws the entire thing from scratch. And then she like goes and misinterprets his words, and it's so irritating because like, be so for real. One of her friends is like, be so for real, he bought you flowers. And she's like, no, he just wanted a distraction. Please. One functioning brain cell in either of their heads would solve this issue. Ugh, she's so dense. They're both so dense. Ugh. And 55 pages in. I'm on page 355 on chapter 43, and I'm stopping on chapter 50, so I have 7 chapters left. Why did we jump from it being like the slowest burn of all slow burns, and in the last 100 pages we've had like 5 spicy scenes that are like insane, mind you. these 2 people freaked all the way out. Like, we went from them barely being able to have a conversation together to them now just going at it and going at it and going at it every time they see each other. And God forbid either of them says something about the way that they feel, because God forbid we're honest with the way that we feel as grown adults. He plays in, like, he's about to play in the major leagues, minor leagues, I don't fucking know, but he can't tell a woman how he feels about her and can't put a name to any emotion that he has. I'm just kind of over it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like it. I really liked the first like 30-40% of the book, maybe 50-page chunks was the right way to read this, because had I read all of this in like one sitting, I would have gotten bored, because now I'm like flipping through the spicy scenes, just trying to get them out of the way, because they're just so filthy. It feels like the author just wanted to write spicy scenes involving these two characters. And I'm like, can we just see them like have an actual conversation? One singular real conversation where it's not like the one real conversation that they have, she has to like coax him into having it by being like, every time you tell me something, I'll take off something. And every time you tell me something, you'll take off something, or whatever. Like, why can't we just have a regular conversation? He's seen you at your worst. Like, I'm just so frustrated. It felt like these two were so full of depth, and now all they do is freak. Get their freak on, and get their freak on, and get their freak on. And I'm so over it, low-key. And I have 80 pages left. How many more times do you want to bet we're gonna have, like, at least 7 more? 1 per 10 pages. Like, that's crazy. I read 100 pages, and we've had, like, 5 different spicy scenes, I think, which is insane, because nothing else happens. He fights with her ex. His ex tries to get him back. They have emotionally constipated moments. They're doing the freak. Like, I'm done. Thank God. I finished with my pages for today, and I'm disgusted with how much spice there was in that 70 pages. It was basically like 3/4 spice and maybe like 2 scenes that were not spice and them actually having a conversation. Like I said, I'm really, really disappointed that I was so excited for this book and so ready to like fall in love with both characters. And then I just kind of fell back out because of everything that happened. I don't know how I'm going to rate it, so I will not finish this video until I finish reading, and then I will come back at you with my final thoughts and my final rating, but I don't think it's going to be as high as I thought it was when I first picked up this book. It's the end of this video, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts about Please Don't Go by A. Salvador, because I've officially finished this book. It took me a day after I finished filming this video. Let me just tell you, okay, I was very, very excited for this one. I actually bought it like a while ago, and I was very, very excited for it because I heard, like I said, the comparison was basically that this was going to be an Isaiah Rhodes type B situation, and if I love anybody from that series, it's Isaiah Rhodes, and so when I heard that, I went into this one expecting Isaiah Rhodes. Now, did the main male character embody Isaiah Rhodes? Kind of, to a certain extent. Like I said, he kind of gave Isaiah Rhodes, but like if Isaiah was a little bit more chill, a little bit more toned down, and then a lot more traumatized and a lot more emotionally constipated. I feel like with Isaiah, he was kind of emotionally constipated, but he was kind of intelligent about it, and he didn't just brush it off. He knew how important it was. And I felt like he had some semblance of being like, okay, he's an adult. With Daniel, I didn't get that vibe. He was just so emotionally constipated and so traumatized that he just continuously brushed off any sort of concern from anyone around him, whether it was like his sister, his family, Josie at some point, all of the people that he's friends with. He just continuously brushed them off and like brushed off their worry, which I understand to a certain extent. You want to be like, no, don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm great. You know, there's nothing to worry about. But then also, like, they're your friends and you're continuously lying to them. And then when Josie finally, like, talks to him about it, he, like, blows up and he gets triggered at some point, which is when I left off. I didn't read that. I read that outside of this video. He gets so severely triggered in one of the scenes that he shuts off completely and he goes off on Josie and he says all these mean, hurtful things to her. And like, I know he was hurting and that's where it came from, but it kind of felt like, you know, when like it's a Wattpad fanfiction and they just want like a 3rd act breakup that's gonna hurt the main character and you're gonna be like, how is she gonna come back from this? That was kind of what happened here. It just felt like it was very like out of character, but also not, because he was so not in touch with his emotions for the entire time that it was like, okay, yeah, I could see this happening, but also at the same time, like, why is this happening? You could have just had a conversation and not been an idiot, and then none of this would have happened. So the last like 100, 200 pages of the book, I was just so confused and I was so lost because these characters are supposed to be so fleshed out and instead they're just so constipated emotionally, for the lack of a better word. I know I said it 1,000,001 times in this video. It was just kind of frustrating, and I ended up giving this one a 3.75, and I feel like even that is a little bit generous because I really did enjoy the first half of the book, and then everything kind of went downhill after that. I really did not like the last 50% of the book. I like the spicy scenes were just so many. There was so many of them, and they kept happening so many times that I was like, what is happening? Why do we have one every 2 pages and they continuously not have the conversations that they need to have because they're busy doing the do? So it's like, where's the communication? How am I supposed to believe that this is a friendship, that this is a relationship, if you guys are continuously just, you know, like, it was just really frustrating. It was really a letdown. It is funny that this ended up being the one video that I don't finish a book in. I don't think that's ever happened before. I've DNF'd books before. This one didn't bother me to the point where I wanted to DNF it, but it was just like I was so looking forward to it, and it was kind of a letdown. So it's kind of my fault that I went into it expecting as much as I did, but it was really still so frustrating. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you did, and let me know if you want to see me do this again, because I would be more than happy to do this again, but for an entire week this time, and hopefully finish a book actually. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you when I see you with another video. Bye.